also start off by saying we are coming at you live from New York City, live from Central Park, and yes, it's cold out here. Just in case you're wondering, the hat, scarf, poof coat, it's cold, okay? But we wanted to keep it authentic, keep it raw, get out with the people, where the people are. She has an amazing story, an amazing journey, and I wanted her to come on and share with us. So thank you so much for being here. Super excited to hear your story. Before we even get started, you know what we do, y'all. We start off with our declaration. This is a freedom movement. This is about giving yourself permission to live your life to the fullest. So we start off with the declaration and we say, I give myself permission to be free. It will be my honor for you to join us in saying the declaration with us.
Yes.
Okay, are you guys ready? All right, let's do this. I give myself permission to be free. Yes! You gotta give yourself permission, not only in this moment, but every single day to be free and to live your life. All right, here we go, girl. So Whitney, the first thing I would honestly like to know from you for our audience is, what does it mean to give yourself permission to be free? What is your definition of freedom?
So my definition of freedom is being in a world and creating the space for yourself where you can fully think about your passions, what it is that you need for yourself without any limitations from anyone else, nothing that is external that is limiting you from being yourself to the fullest, and then also maximizing your potential in a way that you're honoring your gifts, freeing your mind, making it limitless, and really honing in on your passions and how you can be the best version of yourself.
Holler back. Snaps, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
So my journey really started out in more or less corporate America. I was in marketing and advertising for over 12 years. I really was in a space that wasn't conducive to what I needed for myself, and I was trying to figure out what actually made me happy. And I got to a point where I realized just because you're good at something doesn't actually mean you need to do it or continue doing it. And I was in an atmosphere where there was no motivation, there was no encouragement, there were teams, but it really wasn't a cohesive, healthy team where everyone was giving back to each other in the best, healthy way. I ended up working extremely long hours, and I got to a point where I wasn't getting anything out of it for myself that was meaningful, and it wasn't fulfilling. So I ended up becoming a shell of a person. So a shell of a person is someone who is just going through the motions, is completely immersed in the things that aren't important to you and yourself. You are overly exhausted, you aren't taking care of yourself, you're not healthy. I realized that if I needed something to change, I was the only person who could do it. I, took a couple of weeks to resurrect myself, and then I started thinking about, okay, well, if I could start over or do something else, what would that be? And I've always loved photography. I actually, over the summer, had gone out with some friends on a boat, and I started taking pictures of them, and it made me feel so overjoyed and so fulfilled, and that made me extremely happy. So I decided that I'm going to take the jump and the leap, and I wasn't going to go back to marketing or advertising, and I decided that I was going to pivot my career
into photography.
Yep.
Wow.
You have to have a sense of grit and drive and motivation, not only for actually making your next paycheck, but also honoring what it is that you're doing and trying to do it for other people. And when you can actually sell that to other people and make it relatable and create the need for it, then a lot of things kind of end up opening up for that. I I get my motivation and inspiration from other people, immersing myself in unique experiences, trying things new, creating things that are uplifting. I think it's important to look back at the times where we were the most pure and unhindered, and generally it's when we were children and we have the least responsibilities and we don't have a sense of fear, and you don't have to be afraid of not knowing what's going to happen. It's honoring all those feelings and emotions to take a big leap. And I think finding those people who share those things give me a lot of motivation and encouragement to keep on going. I would say my closing message is that you are your longest commitment. It's only you living your life. Find the courage and the empowerment to honor your gifts and do what actually makes you feel happy, because a lot of the times we forget what that is. And as long as you're honoring yourself and doing what you need to be happy in life, you'll feel successful no matter what.
Gentlemen, unfortunately, we have reached the end of our show. Whitney, I want to thank you so much for being on here. I want to introduce you to people who are living their dreams, who have stepped out on faith, to remind you that you can do it too. So if you are struggling and you're like, I want to do it, but I'm not sure, or you're like, I need a sign, this is your sign, okay? Take this as a sign. God saying, yes, go forth, do it. Okay, so we do our closing statement and we say it one more time. The freedom statement, okay? You ready, girl? All right, everybody, let's do it now. 1, 2, 3. I give myself permission to be free. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so don't forget, we want you to go out. We want you to inspire somebody. We want you to be inspired. Give yourself permission to create. Give yourself permission to live in purpose. Give yourself permission to step into your dreams. It's go time, so let's go! All right, guys, until next time, freedom.
Be free.
Be free.